Long before the stories of a winged figure haunting the skies above Point Pleasant, before whispered warnings of a bridge's final night, there was a scholar, a gentleman of peculiar grace, and stranger still, of impossible origin. His name has been lost to the human tongue. Some call him the Mothman. Not for his habits, but for his eyes, deep crimson, glowing faintly like coals banked in a hearth, and for the broad dusted wings that could carry him between worlds. It is said that Mothman was no mutant, no earthly accident of nature. He was and is an interdimensional guardian, a being who walks in the same universe as we do, but lives a step to the side, on a plane of existence unseen by human eyes. In this hidden realm, behind walls that shimmer like heat haze, stands his study. It is not grand, but it is timeless. Polished wood, brass instruments, and shelves sagging with books that have not yet been written. Maps, some of lands we know, and others that will never be. And on a broad oak table, the tools of his strange trade, compasses, globes, scrolls, and artifacts from futures that may yet be. It is here that we find him now. He has just returned from issuing a warning, to whom he will not say, only that the warning was heard, and perhaps it saved a life, or a bloodline. For that is his work, to guard the threads of history itself, to see far the future, and nudge the present, so that the right lives remain in place for what is to come. Mothman's eyes, great, rounded like the lenses of a telescope, can catch glimpses of events centuries ahead. A bridge collapsing in winter snow, a child born who will grow to end a famine, a ship's hull breaking on black ice. These visions are not clear at first. They come like shards of a dream, a glimpse of a face, a style of a clothing, the shadow of a building that has not yet been built. And so he studies, for years, sometimes for lifetimes. When the scene you are about to hear of takes place, the year is 1870. To the human eye, it is the age of dressing gowns and brandy, of railroads and iron bridges. But in Mothman's study, time itself is only another map to chart. On this night, he stands over by a table, lit by a single oil lamp. The shadows it casts make his wings appear larger than the room itself. A rolled map of the Ohio River lies open before him, pins and ink marks scattered across its surface. Beside it, a scale model of a suspension bridge. He leans closer, his crimson eyes brightening. In the reflection of the map's varnish, he sees again what the vision showed him. The bridge, shuddering, metal screeching, and then silence, as winter waters swallow stone and steel. But this collapse is not yet set to happen for nearly a century. The human minds he might warn now would be long gone by then, and so his task becomes more delicate. He must discover who is on that bridge the night it falls, and which of those lives, if preserved, will send ripples into the future worth risking the changing of fate. This is the burden of a long-lived seer. It is not enough to know a disaster will come. He must decide who to save, and who must be left to history. The study is quiet, save for the scratch of his pen as he makes notes. Possible locations, architecture match, season December, confirmed snow in vision. Vehicles, style suggests mid-20th century. Research manufacturing records. He takes a sip of brandy. The warmth settles his thoughts. And then, there in the edge of his mind, another glimmer. A man steps from the bridge's shadow, startled by a sound unseen. This man must live, Mothman realizes, because of a warning given moments before. And his descendants, 3 generations later, will discover a process to cleanse poisoned soil, ending a famine before it begins. One life saved in 1967 can prevent the deaths of millions in 2060. Mothman closes his eyes. The burden feels lighter now. The study door creaks. A broad-shouldered figure fills the frame. Fur-lined coat, the faint scent of pine and smoke. Bigfoot, the trapper from the northern ranges, an ally, a friend. Perhaps the only other creature alive who understands the weight of what Mothman carries. "You look tired," Bigfoot rumbles. "I am," Mothman replies, "but there's more work yet, always more work." Bigfoot steps inside, glancing at the bridge model. "What is it this time?" "A bridge, a winter night, and a man who must live to see the dawn." "That's a long ways off," Bigfoot says. "Yes," Mothman answers, folding the map with care. "And the long way off starts tonight." Outside, the wind rattles the window panes. In the hidden corners of the study, other maps wait, other disasters, other lives to save. For the Mothman's work is never done, and so, in the quiet heart of a world that will never fully see him, he returns to his research, eyes fixed on a future only he can see.